Trump's actions speak louder than words in January 6 indictment. Barack Obama, mindful of the urgent power of a president's words, liked to say he was guarded with his language because anything he said could send troops marching or markets tumbling. His successor, Donald Trump, showed no such restraint. Now, Trump is facing dozens of criminal charges in four separate indictments, two of them anchored in the Republicans' lie that he did not lose the 2020 presidential election to Democrat Joe Biden. And Trump's propensity for falsehood and his right to utter them are the core of his legal defense. Though the U.S. presidency is vested with many overt powers, one of the most important is implicit, the power of rhetoric. It is used often as call to action to rally Americans for a mission abroad, to comfort a grieving public after tragedy, or to sacrifice for a greater good. Scholars like me who study presidential rhetoric, presidential communication, they call it essentially a second constitution, said Jennifer Marie Mercier, a communication scholar at Texas A&M University. Having presidents communicate directly to the public change the complete balance and separation of powers without having a new constitutional convention. It made the president the center of our political system. Trump, in effect, is arguing that his words as president carry no special force and he was simply exercising his free speech rights. Lawyers for the former president, who now is facing criminal charges in courtrooms stretching from Miami to New York, have made clear that Trump's free speech rights will form the foundation of their defense in the January 6th case. John Lauro, one of the lawyers, characterized to CNN that special counsel Jack Smith's case was very, very unusual, outside of the bounds criminal prosecution of First Amendment rights. But Smith anticipated that argument when he began to outline Trump's alleged wrongdoing in the federal indictment over Trump's culpability in the Capitol riot. On the second page of the document, prosecutors stressed that Trump was free to essentially lie. The defendant had a right, like every American, to speak publicly about the election and even to claim falsely that there had been outcome determinative fraud during the election and that he had won. Instead, Smith argued in the indictment, it is Trump's conduct, not merely his words, that constituted prosecutable offenses. That distinction could prove critical given that Trump abandoned so many of the basic tenets of presidential communication during his time in office. The federal charges against Trump focus on his actions, namely that he wasn't charged with incitement, which takes the issue of his speech off the table, according to legal experts. That's all I have to say for this video.